Okay, good morning. This is Debbie Old Saw Gamer. I'd like to remind everybody to subscribe and like my videos if you are watching them. So today, um, I have been playing a lot of Icarus and watching a lot of these neat videos on Sea Power that looks like a pretty awesome game. Uh, that comes out in November, but today, let me start. I'm doing a voiceover, so let me start this. I'm going to try and do the moon at the Stationeers level. And you see all the difficulties the stationary level adds. It's pretty intense, actually, and brutal. So we're going to do the moon on the hardest possible settings. And how difficult can it be? So this is just showing you what we get. And I can click on these and open them up a little bit more. Of course, you get your potato seeds and your power packages and your production package. So it's just a standard brutal loadout. You get one solar panel and the basics for uh, chargers and of course cereal and water. It shouldn't be a problem, especially water, because there's ice on the moon. So we'll find the water pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and get started. Oops. Let's change the name. I have a previous moon. Usually go through and delete them, but I didn't do that with this one yet. We'll name it Brutal Moon. There we go. Now, later on in this, I did have kind of a weird glitch that I don't know exactly what happened. It's never happened to me before, but I'll point it out when it comes. I solved it by just turning the power vent on and off. But it was kind of strange. I thought I blew a wall out, but I didn't. You'll see it when I get to it. It's later in the video. So first thing I notice here is that the air's going down pretty quick, and you don't have a backup air tank. So you got to get a room set up again, just like normal. All the brutal modes, you got to get a room set up pretty quick because you don't have any backup air. And without the backup air, you have to make a way to quickly get air. So I'm just organizing my stuff here. I don't need the food yet, but I need the 2 power units, production units. Now, I wanted to build it up on top of the hill here because I thought that would be cool. But then if you look, when I go to put the frame down, it's like way elevated. And I'm like, well, that kind of stinks. And if you put it down, it's below the ground. So it's one of those deals where, okay, that's just not going to work. So put it over this gigantic crater, which I didn't realize went down pretty far. Now, I could have, not really, I guess, because I don't have extra frames. So one thing I did learn in this, by the way, is don't waste your backpack, because your backpack goes down really fast in the brutal level. And I had forgotten that. It's, I think 2 times or 2.5 times faster. And that didn't come back to haunt me, but I had to do something to take care of it. Now, I'm leaving a little room for expansion here, but I just wanted to get, and I'm looking at my frames, seeing how many I have left, and I literally used them all. Which worked out pretty good, actually. And just weld up my room here. Now, I'm not in full panic mode here, because I've done Vulcan, I've done Venus. So, how hard can the moon be? So I'm not moving at like a crazy pace like I was in the Vulcan and Venus ones that I ran. But you still kind of have to be on your toes. And then just use single frames out here. I did miss one, and you'll see what happened with that later. I missed that one just to the right there. I forgot about it, and I didn't. Well, I'm probably trying to conserve frames and stuff, so I was like, well, I just wanted to get this out of my inventory. I ended up putting it in the wrong spot. And I'm thinking about it. I was like, well, yeah, I'm just going to put it down for now. And let's break out the power package. What am I looking for? I got everything I need. Never mind. Voiceovers are always fun. Of course, here I am passing it back and forth. I'm like, what are you doing? I could have held it and did this, and I didn't. And then, of course, no gravity. Everything goes flying all over the place, so you got to be careful. Yeah, I thought about putting it there, and I could have, but I put it up there, which I probably should have put it the lower one, but it worked, so I wasn't too concerned about it. This is when I realized, oh yeah, I can do it this way and spin and move around, and things don't go flying all over the place. And of course, a battery charger, just stick over here. And I should have grabbed the window, and I forgot. Now, I do a lot of manual maneuvering of the solar panel in this episode because basically that's the only way you're going to keep things charged. And it worked really well. I just go up here and every once in a while during the video, you'll see I'll go up there and re-angle things a little bit just to make sure. Again, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, okay. This is the first game I played in a while where I don't have to worry about storms, so I'm still kind of in storm mode. Then I realized, well, there's no storms here, so I really don't have to do that. And we'll get our manufacturing stuff ready. So our furnace, we'll just stick that right there the other way. Good. And where is it? Where is it? There it is. And okay, those are in the way. And you see the plastic sheets down there. I did not. There's a point in here I'm like, did they not give me plastic sheets? They're bounced off the edge, and that's coming up here pretty soon. I did not take notice of them laying down there. And this is where I'm like, okay, they didn't give me plastic sheets. No, that's not it. Are they in there? No. Right. Jeez. I do find them eventually. Like, no, they're not in there. Oh, there they are. Now I can't find a welder. And a screwdriver, that'll finish that up. I probably could have got... Well, I didn't get orders yet. I should have... I don't know. There's two things of thought here. Get your power set up or get ores first. I just wanted to make sure I had the power in wired up. And I should have did this, but all the batteries were charged. Nothing was being discharged but the one I'm using in my suit. So it wasn't too big of an emergency at this point, but... Okay, so the solar panel's hooked up, and here I mess up with my depth perception. I'm like, this isn't lining up right. What is going on here? I'm like, no, this should be right, but it's not. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. And we're just going to wire arc furnace and the device up, the manufacturing device. And then I think I go mining. And I did leave mining in this because, you know, at the beginning it is kind of important to. I turned that on, but it doesn't really matter because nothing's running. And I'm like, well, I can manually tune this, but it doesn't matter because nothing's running except my suit. Now I don't remember exactly what I did here. I may have switched the battery out because that's a large, it'll last pretty long. You see, here's where I start manually tuning things. And of course, I always go the wrong way with the lower one. I don't know why. I need to go about 90 degrees. It's pushing me off the edge. And of course, I think I'm using my jetpack here. Not yet, but I'm using my jetpack too much. I changed that towards the end of this episode because, like I said, it ended up costing me. So there's 387. That's pretty good. I don't have anything else to do setup-wise. Can't do anything else, so I got to go mining. I did leave that in here. I mined twice during this episode. Not a whole ton, but here's where I said, well, maybe I could. Because you see the oxygen is already down to 4 megapascals, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have anything set up yet. It does get kind of close, but I make it time. Spoiled it. And I always do this. I've done a video in the past where it does show that you do get more time if you turn that stuff down. It's not significant, but when you're in the brutal stationeries mode, every little bit helps, and I tend to turn everything down to try and save batteries. And I could turn my light off here, and I apologize, it does get kind of dark in this episode, but I had to save batteries sometimes, so yeah, I know, it was a little dark. And I gotta find the base. And I happen to be facing it, which is unusual. When you come out of a mining hole, you usually have no clue. And that popped up and it was right in front of me. And when I'm thinking, yeah, I'm down to 2,000 or 2 megs down in my jetpack, I better stop using it. there was some copper right there, wasn't there? We stayed closer to the base.
Hydration
And
critical.
here we go. So we're going to fire up. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, this is the first time I had to drink. And we did the old
Pressure
hurry up
critical.
routine before your head explodes.
Temperature critical.
Close it, recuperate. Get the food down here. Wait till you're fully recuperated. Pop the helmet again. Quickly eat.
Oxygen critical.
Close the helmet. So that worked pretty well. That goes pretty fast in the Stationeers mode. You don't have a whole lot of time to mess around with an open helmet. It'll kill you. And here we go. Let's start with some mining. And I'm doing some maintenance here since I got time. I pull this stuff out of there. Drop it in the back. And I throw it and I'm thinking, movie. And I'm keeping an eye on my batteries. And I said, well, in case I have to play battery roulette, let's throw these in there. Now, on the cold planets, it's better to keep them in your stuff because otherwise they discharge. But and I closed the wrong thing there. And then I closed the wrong thing again. And what else do I have here? The battery's still okay. Can't really do anything until I do some making some ingots. There's one. So we'll do some copper. We'll throw that in here. Now the 2 golds you're going to have to do pretty early in this, and I could have did the pipe bender comes from the electronics printer, so I did have to do the electronics printer first, and I did, but that little, you don't really need it at the beginning of this, except for maybe cables and doors, but most of the stuff you need is from the pipe bender early in these games, so that's the important thing. And that's in the way. Let's go ahead and empty it. Take that fill just in case. And keep the flares. I hardly ever use them, but what the heck. They do come in handy sometimes. And let's just run that up the hill here out of the way. And then while I'm running around, just grab the 2 extra things that they give you in the capsule. Okay, so I got enough copper to start with. Let's make some gold. Now I don't need a whole ton of gold. The other 2 things, I think it's 6 total. Maybe 4, I can't remember off the top of my head. Now the battery's getting low. Let's swap that out. The sun is up. I'm thinking I could have done the doors, but not the top priority. Let's do the electronic printer. And I think I needed 2, so it is 4 gold for the 2 of them. And I got 6, so we're good. And these take quite a long time. The difficult modes, they're not easy to do. And here's where I should be. I think I finally decided to do it. Yeah, let's rotate this to keep things charged up. And I need to go to about 90, I think it was. I keep looking at the solar panel, but I noticed it before. You can actually watch the charge as you're moving the solar panel. I think there's 375, 410. So that's pretty good right there. But what I like to do when I'm doing it manually is go a little too far and let it come back to it. So we're good. We got 400 charging in there now. I'm hopping around like an idiot. And it's going up, so that's a good sign. Okay. But currently the battery did die because everything is off, and I have to restart that, which was kind of what I'm looking. Did it come out? Nope, the battery died. So now I'm paying a little bit more attention. And it's still going up, so that's okay. Now I got a lower battery here. Maybe I should turn that on. And what does that do? Starts going down. I'm thinking, you can't run both those and charge that battery at the same time. So you could adjust this a little bit. And I always go the wrong way. 470, 480, 460. See, now I go one more, not two, but one. And I let it, be low, go fully charge, and then be low again. In other words, you scan past it, let the sun come to it, and go past it again. Then you don't have to worry about running up there every 2 seconds. And of course, it kicked out some gold when the battery died. And let's have my gold. That would probably be enough. I could have stopped that. I'd like to charge that battery, but the one solar panel just doesn't seem to keep up. Not 490. I'm not going to improve on that very much. For 20, and we'll let it swing by it again. Okay, so that's charged. So that solved that problem. And we're just about done with the electronics printer. Just turn that off for now. Oh, want to make the doors now? No, I thought about it. Changed my mind. Take more gold out. Then I think I'd go back to iron, maybe copper. I don't remember what I did next. Oh, the silicone, because I need the plastic sheets. That's right. Because you need plastic sheets for this. Now I'm looking at this. Is it right in front of my door? Like, that's not going to work. Maybe if I just put it, that'll work there. Temporarily, it can be moved. Alright, so steel sheets, welder. Now I gotta wait for the plastic sheets. Or I could put the cables in. I don't need much of that, so that's a piece of being interrupted that. And not sure why I shut everything off. Because I need that. And let's turn that back on. I guess I'm just thinking power crunch, so turn things off all, I think. And 2 plastic sheets. I could have did 4, but it would have made sense to do 4. But I didn't. And I didn't do the cables yet either, which I learned pretty quickly here. Gotta do the cables first. Now you can do the plastic sheets. And the screwdriver, and that's done. So, it's a short trip to wire it up, so the cable, that's not too bad. And we gotta take everything. What am I making here? Oh, am I making the pipe bender? So if I could make the pipe bender there, I probably should have made that first. Doesn't really matter. Yep, I'm going to rearrange this again. It did go the right way. See, I keep looking up there, but you watch when I'm scanning. It also tells you when you're looking at that. I do realize that later. I gotta go further than that. Well, maybe not. I'm just trying to line things up as good as I can to get the most voltage I can. That's pretty good. That's even better. Okay. Go down one more. Perfect. I'll just leave it alone. It is charging slowly. It's a heavy battery in there now, or large, so it is going up. Those are fully charged. We're doing okay. Gold's done. Or the copper? That one copper is done. And I'm looking at my oxygen and I'm like, oh crap. Oxygen is dropping. So I probably should have did the pipe bender mod first. Definitely. And I finally realized I put that in the wrong spot. And then I put it down here. And then I move it again later. Because I don't like it there either. The battery is no longer charging. It's not discharging, but it's not charging either. So let's get this as good as I can here. 422, 477, but one more maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. Like I said, these mods take, or the pipe benders and the electronic equipment takes a while. The printers take a while, I should say. There we go. So turn that off, save power. I'll put that over here because that's really the only spot I have. And now we're back in here because I realized I should have printed 4 plastic sheets. Now the sun here, it changed something. The sun keeps flashing in and out. I guess it's being eclipsed by Earth or something. I'm not sure. I don't understand it. It's not as bad this time, but next couple days it's like when it goes down, there it's back again. So I don't know what's going on with that. I have noticed something is a little different since their last upgrade, and it seems to be a little bit more buggy. I hate to say that, but I really think it's a little buggier. And this one that comes up later, where I think I blew a wall out, or maybe the game thought I blew a wall out, but I didn't. It was a little strange. I've never had that happen before. I'll point it out when it starts to happen. Alright, so everything's wired up now. I need pipes. I'm down to 1.2 megapascals of air. So that's a bit concerning at this point. I just want to... And I print, I think, 10. They're cheap. Half an iron each. So I try, when I do halves, I try and keep the numbers an even number, because if I pull the iron out of there after I did 9, I lose a half a gram. There, I finally shut my light off, so I apologize if it's a little dark. It's not too bad on the moon, though. But battery requirements. I'm trying to save battery as much as I can. Okay, so let's do the standard reserve here. I was thinking I had to do 2, but then I'm like, I don't have to do 2. I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. So this is a change. What am I doing here? Oh, let's make the doors, not the door circuit. Wrong. Printer. Kit door. Iron and copper, I believe. Iron I put in here. For the pipes. Oops. And copper should be there. There it is. Now, I do it. In hindsight, not sure why I turned it off. I still need the doors. Maybe I thought it was too early. So then I'm like, okay, so I can put this at the end. I want to make a way to fill an oxygen tank. So we put that to the side. And I'm going to move this. And of course, I don't have a battery because I put it in there to charge. I'm going to move this over here, and I'm like, it's too low. I put an extra one in there. I don't need that one. Now let's put that up to the other one. There we go. All right, so I'm trying to think ahead here, and I do make a mistake here too. I should have gone through the middle of the door. Trying to do too many things at once here. Now I'm making the doors. I should have turned there, and I didn't. And I turned right at the door, and of course, that's going to keep me from putting the door in. And I need one wire. And this is becoming kind of an emergency, see, because I'm at 700 kilopascals of oxygen. So I have to scavenge for the time being here. And also, my waste tank is getting to be too full. So now I'm going to put the manual hatches in. That's the best way to go to start this. And all I need is a few steel sheets, or iron sheets. Open that. Do it again. Open that. All right. Now, to fill a tank,
Air tank
I
low.
need iron over here, because I need to have a utility. And I want an extra canister because I don't want to have to play around with pulling the canister out of my suit. So as soon as that's done, I start the canister. Make sure I only get one of them. I put that up here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so now where's my canister? Ah! Oh, there it is. Remember that one frame I forgot to weld up? The crap! Oof, oof, oof. Okay, we have to fix that. Alright, so now I can come in here. You notice I still got that oxygen. So we close the hatch up. Good to go. Now I drop. I just hold it in my hand and watch the gauge, basically. First, I empty my waste tank. That gives me 30 kPa right there. Then I put this in my hand, And I go to drop it, I'm like, oh, it's already melting. Maybe I don't need to drop it. Now I'm watching. You only in one square, so you get a lot of air out of that. I'm like, oh, crap. But that's okay, because then I put the canister. All right, I put it in. So intake the air. I'm down to 300. Got pretty close on air. I'll blow it out, suck it in. I don't want to blow that up. They fill up really fast. 77. So now I put that in there. Now I want to save all that air. I suck it in. I want to make sure I don't blow up the tank and that mill, so we're good. So now the air is almost resolved. It keeps saying I have low pressure, and I know why that is. I have to go out here and make a nitrogen filter because I use melted ice. So I have to filter the nitrogen that's filling up in my suit out. And see, my low air came on again. Don't go down there, I don't have time for that. And that quickly removes the low air because now the nitrogen is going into my waste tank. And I want to save that. Okay. So now I'm thinking, what's the next step? Blow the air out. Open up the helmet, just make sure it's breathable. We're good. It's my water warning is just about ready to kick in, so we'll get that taken care of. And of course, now I'm going to have all these empty bottles laying around in my little space again. Fill up on water. And while I'm here, I might leap. And I think I end up finishing the bar, which is like, wow, that went fast. And then I remember I'm in the Stationeers brutal mode. So that gets me thinking, you know, I might have to get potatoes going here pretty quick. Save the air again. 0 and nil, so we're good. Now I got to get an airlock set up because I don't want to sit here and manually do the hatch over and over. And I'm just making sure my batteries are good as possible. Now, of course, I'm charging 2 small batteries off of a big battery, which is kind of a mandatory thing because I want to keep the small batteries charged because I'm going to use those in my suit for now. It lasts pretty long, actually, without the light. We want to get some more ore done. I'm still debating. I think I'm going to go with making the airlock here pretty quick. First thing I got to do is rewire up the electronics printer because I stole 2 wires. And I only print 2 out here because it takes forever. It's a lot faster in the electronics printer, and it just uses more power. So now I dump the copper out of there, and we'll do it the quicker way in the electronics printer. Not heavy, not heavy, not heavy. There you go. It's a lot faster, you use less power. 60%. So in a heavy battery, that's a large battery, that's pretty good. We got lots of time yet. Yeah, I'd go with 10 of those, which I don't think ended up being enough, but that's okay. So let's start thinking about what I want to do here for the airlock. And then I see, well, there's pipes in the way, so I can't really do what I want to do there yet. You know what? Maybe that's where that glitch came in. Maybe I busted a pipe there. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I'll have to watch towards the end of this video. I haven't watched it yet, so if I didn't hook that pipe up correctly, I'm wondering if I blew a pipe there. So each time I'm opening the door after that, I'm leaking just a little bit of my pressure. That'd be interesting to watch here. Alright, so second iron is done. And might as well keep going. Turn that on, because I gotta keep those batteries charged. One charge right back up. That's not going down, so that's okay. Another one. That's pretty good. And that's done. So finish up the copper. I'm not sure what I'm waiting for at this point, because I could be. Maybe I'm thinking I have to do my smelting during the day. I think that's what it was. Because the batteries go down pretty fast during the night if you're not careful. I got the funny feeling that's what that was. It wasn't a glitch, it was operator error. I bet you I forgot to hook the vent up correctly. Because here I'm printing it. And I hook it up, but I still have that gap in the pipe there. See that? I bet you that's what it is. I didn't notice it until watching the video. There's my last of my gold. Look, I got 14 left. That must have been a copy. There we go. Battery's still doing pretty good. I want all these charged before the sun disappears, so I'm kind of picky, pretty good. Picky about keeping them charged up during the day, because at night, that's when it's going to haunt you if you're short batteries. Okay, here's where I think I'd start doing the airlock. And I need the gold. And I need the iron, which is in here. Here's why I finally say, you know what? Things keep falling down this hole. Not anymore. It's gotta be. That's gotta be where I thought this glitch was. I think it's because I forgot to hook the pipe up and I burst one of the pipes. I didn't hear it though. Interesting. It shouldn't have mattered. Because both, when the airlock's up, both doors should be shut. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what happens there. So all my smelting is done with the exception of course the silicone. I don't know if I throw that in or not. I don't really need that much of it. Need that for the console. That's all hooked up. And we're just keeping all my batteries charged up. And of course I need to drill again. Okay, that's a good spot for that. That works. Good. Gas sensor down here. Got more cables. There we go. I have to turn my light on to see there. Okay, so that's all hooked up. Still didn't. Did I fix this? I did not. I did not notice that pipe. This is interesting. I wonder if that's what made it go crazy. It wouldn't matter because that broken pipe would just become my passive event. But you'll see what I mean when I'll point it out. But you'll see what I mean. It sounds like I blew a wall, and I think it was that. I don't know. Get the last bit of power out of here. I think I worried too much about that angle. Still going up, going down. Okay, we'll leave it there. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, I got the wrong kind of doors on there. Airlock's not going to work with the manual vent. So keep the batteries charged. Not sure why I made another active vent. Trying to remember. I don't really need another active vent. One good thing about being on the moon in vacuum, you don't need an advanced airlock. You just need a regular airlock. I am making another active vent. I probably didn't need to do that. Well, I do because I got to pump the air out of here. That's what it is. I got to pump the air out of here. All right, everything's fully charged. We're doing good there. All right, here's where I got the wrong kind of doors. So I'm like, okay, I gotta rip these doors off. These battery cores. I probably should have just gone with the other kind of doors first, hindsight. If I ever do this again, I'll do that. And I'll take these doors down. It's easy, you don't have to make anything, you just take these down and put the correct kind up. And here's where I might, those wires are going to work there. That was pretty stupid. Oh, crap. Okay, so gotta do some recabling. Tear this out. Rewire that part back up. And go through there. Then go across. Alright, now I should be able to put the door in. And that's it. There we go.
Power low.
Now, of course, I need more plastic. I wanted to make sure, yeah, I need plastic. So, I think it was 2 that I need for that. Wrong thing. I need the silicone. Where's the silicone? Not there. There it is. That's the first thing that comes out, so that works out pretty well. And I think I go with 2 plastic sheets. Thought that was enough. I think you need 1 each. Yep, 2 plastic sheets, so that's not too bad. But then I need glass. And of course I left that on like an idiot. Put it on. Glass. And nope, silicone's already in there. And 2 glasses. Or 2 glass sheets. Not 2 glasses. Crowbar. There's 1. There's 2. Force them open. Gotta wire them up. And of course I don't have enough cables. This part's easy. And then I run out. There's the copper right there. Why is that on? And I'm back to clicking the top, which I don't have to do. It's the old habit that I just can't break. One more to finish in there. I'll take 5. Okay, so that's all wired up. Now, here's where I say, well, let's turn it on. I don't have a data disk. And that's why I turned the light off, because it just sucks the small batteries down to nothing. Data disk. Probably in the electronics equipment. Ah, we're good. Yep. And I need gold, which is sitting up here. And then there's one more thing I need, because, yeah, I have 2 doors. I don't know which one is which. I don't want to play 50-50 chance Russian roulette for the doors. I gotta make a label maybe. It's just pretty cheap. 3 iron, 2 copper, 1 gold, that's nothing. Nothing but a little time and battery. And I need a battery for that, so I stole that one. Alright, so interior, exterior. And then after I turn it off, I realize I have two. I don't need to label that, I only don't want. I have two active vents. So I gotta name that one to make sure I get that right. And I call that the airlock. And you can see as soon as I update, it changes it. Pretty cool. Okay, so that one, gas sensor, exterior, exterior, interior, interior, and we're done. Now, both doors are shut, which is kind of strange, but and I still did not fix that vent, so now the door is shut, so I'm going to release all the air. And it's coming up here, and I won't be able to hear it doing the voiceover. You'll be able to hear it. I think that pipe must burst. And I'm letting more air out.
Jetpack low.
That's enough. Put that back up in there. I've got quite a bit of air in there. So I don't want to break that pipe. Refilling that tank. Goes up pretty fast. 7.7 is good. So we'll swap that out. And refill the backup tank. As I can, because I got all this air in here. That's good. And then we'll just drop the rest of that. That puts it back up into the 70s or 80s, I believe. And it's breathable. Let's vent this. Here's where it happens. Yeah, so it wasn't the vent. Now why is it doing that? I'm like, I blew something out, but the pressure's stable. I don't know why it's still swirling like that, making that sound. So it didn't have anything to do with the vent. I'm looking around for a blown wall, and then I'm like, well, the pressure's fine. Why is it releasing all this air? So all I do is turn this on and off, and it goes away. So it was a glitch, because I haven't blown the pipe at all yet. I'm releasing all the air just to see what kind of pressure I have. We're good. I don't know what that was. Yeah, exactly. I do have to fix that pipe, though. Because that has to blow. I think there's two pipes. It's not going to hold a whole square at 100 kPa. The two pipes. At this point, I can rearrange that second. And I'm surprised I don't notice it because it's staring me in the face every time I look up. Just topping off my oxygen tank. And this is where it starts hollering at me, I think, about very quickly here about my jetpack. Do I need to drink? No. We're still good. And then back on, close the helmet, lock it. Now, here's where I think it probably blows the pipe. Now, it's not going to matter because it's going to be the same as my passive vent. So it's not really going to matter. But I thought that glitch was that. But here's my second bout of mining. You could probably fast forward a little bit if you don't want to see me mining again. But like I said, I think it's important to leave the fundamentals of what you got to mine and stuff like that at the beginning of it. Now here I'm thinking, let's save power. And this was dumb too. cut it. It's working. I was thinking maybe I was going to do some smelting or something. And I was like, Anyway, I could have just turned the switch off. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I could have just turned the switch off. Maybe I wanted to charge that battery. I don't know. It goes up pretty fast. You can charge I think 2 or 3, maybe even 4 small batteries off a large before it starts really getting kind of dangerous. Okay, so that's fully charged. There's why I turned it off. I'm like, well, if I turn it off, then I don't need to cut that wire. You idiot. The wire back. Everything's turned off. And just in case I don't get back before the sun comes up, here's where it starts hollering at me, I think, actually. Someone in here starts hollering at me about my jetpack. It's really getting low. Just swing this back around to 90-ish, just so I can get my good early morning charge when it comes. Oh, how do you like that? Perfect timing. It's going up, so that's probably good enough for now.
Jetpack low.
And there goes my jetpack warning, and I'm thinking, oh, crap. I wasn't really even watching it, to be honest with you. So here's where I could probably see if the pipe broke. Turn all that back on. Battery should be okay. A little low. Turn that off. Getting a charge, so we're okay. Don't need that too much. We're just going to charge everything up here. Oh, fully charged. That didn't take long at all. And put that one in the suit. I really can't go mining with an empty jetpack. Oh, I went to get more oxygen first. That's right. Because I'm going to use this to fill my jetpack. Let me just take one stack of this. Oxide fills up pretty fast. You don't need too much mining for oxide. That's plenty. I'm curious if I look up at that pipe if it burst. That wasn't the glitch, though. It wasn't the cause. I'm going to drain this in here because I don't want
Jetpack critical.
any excess garbage getting in my... It's just nitrogen, so it probably wouldn't have hurt, but I don't feel like having extra nitrogen in my... There we go. Complete the drain. Let's see here. I don't think I looked up that way. Maybe I did by accident. But I got to look up at the tank. Pop that open. It didn't burst. So 2 tanks can hold 100 ppa of 1 square. Interesting. So I'm taking out more of the air to fill that tank. And that fills up really fast, so I don't want to overpressurize it. Probably good enough. I shouldn't have done more. Now I want to replenish the air in here, and I want to watch so I don't overfill it. 82-ish. That's pretty good. Did I take the tank back out? Yeah, I did. I didn't even notice I did that. Alright, so now we're going to do a separate thing of mining. The last minute adjustment here. I don't have to worry about using the backpack anymore because basically I'm just using my excess of breathing air to do it. there, so we'll go a couple more. 499 for 60, that should be pretty good. I'm way too picky when it comes to the other direction. I don't think it matters all that much. That's good. Now, if I could, with my program, I don't have the ability to fast forward, but I'm going to check it out before I release this. If I can fast forward it, I will do that. And so I'm back from the mining. I just noticed my stinky pants light came on. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with. I'll have to go stand in the room with my suit off a little bit. It'll be the end of this episode. I probably did skip the second mining. Because the episode is a little long with it in there. So we'll see the next episode. Remember, like and subscribe, and you have a good day.